Hello everyone. Welcome back to another day at the Home Office. Not Scotland Yard or MI5. The office at home, thanks to this pandemic era in which we now live. Anyway, I thought I'd start today's mini lecture with a little anecdote that I overheard just a few months ago while I was having coffee in one of the suburbs of Toronto. And it involved a wrongful dismissal action. So you can imagine my ears perked up. And I overheard that the person telling the story happened to be the one and only Rabbi Berg. And it dealt with a man named Saul, proprietor in the garment district, and his driver by the name of Sid, whose responsibility was to deliver clothing to various stores in the GTA, but primarily in Toronto. And Saul fired Sid on the spot without any warning whatsoever. "You're out of here." Sid went to see a lawyer. Lawyer filed a statement of claim on behalf of Sid. Of course, it was defended by Saul and company, and eventually made its way to mediation. And the two opposing parties appeared, of course, before a mediator, but they had a special request. And both Sid and Saul, belonging to the same congregation, decided they'd invite their rabbi. A very, very smart thing to do, right? Because we don't want war, we want peace. That's how you solve problems. You don't solve them by butting heads. In any event, Sid, being the plaintiff, sat first with the mediator, and Rabbi Berg was also present. I can't mention the mediator's name, that would just, too well known a figure in Toronto. In any event, Sid just loses it. That Saul is the worst human being you'll ever meet. He doesn't have a heart. He's not human. He's a disgrace to his family. Okay. Mediator just looks puzzled, takes down notes. Everyone's waiting for the rabbi to speak. The rabbi says, "Sid, you're absolutely right." Sid leaves, Saul comes in. Saul speaks. "That Sid is the worst employee I've ever had. He's lazy. He comes to work late. He takes extra coffee breaks. He calls in absent when I need him most, especially on Monday mornings or Friday afternoon. I couldn't take it anymore. I wanted him out. Enough is enough." Mediator scribbles down his notes. The rabbi speaks. "Saul, you're absolutely right." Saul leaves the room. The mediator looks at Rabbi Berg and says, "Rabbi, you told Sid he was right. And he was. And you told Saul he was right. And he was." The mediator says, "How can that be?" And Rabbi says, "You're right also." The point is that everybody is right in their own eyes. Right? Take a minute, think about that. If you're an employer and you have a Sid on your hands, you don't fire him on the spot unless he's broken the criminal code of Canada. The normal procedure is 3 warnings, preferably in writing and signed by the worker, or in the presence of another person over the age of 18, who will one day be your witness, possibly. That's how it's done. And this is a big mistake which is made by almost every employer because, when you are calling the shots, you feel you can do whatever you want. After all, Sid's a dime a dozen, right? Doesn't work that way with respect to the law. Next time you're thinking about terminating someone, my advice to you is contact an employment lawyer. Don't call your brother-in-law the real estate lawyer, right? That's not going to fly. He may be the best intentioned person in the world. Good intentions, you know how far they get you in this world. Have a good day.